shining out of Lafayette, Louisiana with a day dedicated to his name by the mayor.
He's got to go back to the counter. Big left and now a right. Oh my God.
Possessing a plethora of vicious double knuckle combinations.
He's rocked back. Oh, down goes McGregor.
Deadliest, sweetest smile.
Move, and it feels good to be home, Louisiana.
Yes, MMA fans, we are zooming in on the man with the gas tank to go all night in the cage. Dustin the Diamond Poirier.
Poirier, he's looking for the finish here. Gaethje hurt.
Gaethje's hurt, but he's been here before.
Gaethje nearly out on his feet. Poirier continues to land.
But he doesn't have...
Dustin was born on the 19th of January, 1989. He had a pretty regular childhood, attending Northside High School. However, at the age of 15, he got expelled for his frequent involvement in fights. Consequently, he transitioned to working in construction and embraced a lifestyle centered around partying. Until he met his coach and lifetime friend-to-be, Tim Credeur at the gym, who refocused his ambitions and talents to mold him into the exciting fighter he is today. Dustin went professional in 2009 and competed in regional fighting events. He debuted against Aaron Suarez, pounding a flurry of left-right punches till the referee was forced to call a TKO in the very first round. Poirier proceeded to amass an impressive 7-0 record right off the start, and was also given a good amount of screen time in the documentary Fightville as well. Poirier had grit and tenacity, which brought him to the World Extreme Cage Fighting promotion, pitting him up against Danny Castillo, who was not an easy nut to crack. Castillo forced Poirier to the ground on multiple occasions. Dustin managed to connect a few shots, but it wasn't enough to make an impact, as he suffered the first loss of his early MMA career.
And that is it! After 3 exciting rounds in the lightweight division.
Lasco Castillo.
After more than a year of hiatus, Dustin returned, and like a man incensed, he unleashed fists of fury on Zach Mickelwright, putting him out in the first round. And then, the WEC-UFC merger happened, marking Dustin Poirier's arrival to Dana White's prized fighting league.
Oh, victory, Dustin the Diamond Poirier!
The Diamond now had to prove his name on the highest level against the #1 contender for the UFC Featherweight Championship, a tough and resilient Grisby, who was denied his title shot when then-champion Jose Aldo pulled out due to injury. UFC 125 witnessed an electrifying featherweight debut, as Dustin Poirier faced the violent John Grisby. The opening moments were marked by menacing kicks from both fighters, with Poirier's relaxed demeanor allowing him to seize control after weathering Grisby's early onslaught. A front kick followed by relentless 1-2s saw Dustin gain the upper hand.
Over and over again to the left thigh.
In the end, the decision would be in favor of the Diamond. At just 21 years old, the MMA world took notice of Poirier's potential, and his victory sent shockwaves through the sport, firmly establishing him as a force to be reckoned with. Building upon his exceptional form, Poirier maintained his winning momentum with notable triumphs over Jason Young and Pablo Garza. Scheduled for a fight against Eric Koch at UFC 143, Poirier encountered a series of hurdles, being left without an opponent twice due to injuries. Max Holloway, who was the youngest fighter on the roster at that time, stepped up to the plate to face Dustin as a last-minute replacement. Both fighters began on their back foot, but Poirier showed his superior ground game when he forced Holloway to the ground, rolling him into a triangle armbar submission maneuver, which earned him the submission of the night bonus.
Brilliant. Dustin the Diamond Poirier.
Due to a submission from a triangle armbar, Dustin the Diamond Poirier.
At this point, Dustin was becoming one of the biggest rising stars in the UFC, and earned a main event slot against the Korean zombie, Chan Sung Jung, who proved to be his undoing. The bout started with a right kick from the Korean zombie, countered by left hooks from Poirier. Chan Sung Jung went for a takedown, but the Diamond swiftly reversed positions. The fight unfolded in a back-and-forth manner, with neither fighter establishing clear dominance. However, in the fourth, amidst all the action, Dustin Poirier left his neck out, and Chan Sung Jung sunk a Darce choke that spelled the end. The exceptional performance from both fighters earned them the prestigious Fight of the Night honors. Furthermore, this remarkable showdown was universally recognized as the Fight of the Year by several publications at the conclusion of 2012. After his loss to Chan Sung Jung, Poirier moved camps, joining American Top Team under Phil Daru and Jose Rojas. Poirier succeeded in winning his next bout against Jonathan Brookins, using the same choke that ended his fight with the Korean Zombie.
Dustin the Diamond Poirier.
He then went on to drop his third loss at the hands of Cub Swanson, looking like he may have lost some of his sparkle. Fast forward to UFC 164. Poirier would get back into the win column, meeting Eric Koch, showing improved striking and almost putting his opponent away.
Incredible effort, and a great fight.
Well, you said evenly matched.
That was a pretty...
And the Diamond Poirier.
As we thought.
His next couple fights would highlight his power, and what many would say restored the Diamond's shine. Dustin took out Diego Brandao like he had somewhere to go. Or maybe he just wasn't happy that his opponent missed weight.
Some more shots. This could be it. It is going out. That's it.
The Diamond Poirier.
Then he would travel up to Canada and TKO Akira Kurosani with a smoldering right uppercut followed by a perfect left jab.
Might be done. Dustin Poirier, another finish.
Dustin the Diamond Poirier.
In anticipation of UFC 178, Dustin Poirier geared up for what was widely acknowledged as his toughest challenge yet, against the notorious Conor McGregor. The pre-fight atmosphere was charged with Conor's trademark trash talk, adding an extra layer of intensity to the matchup. As the fight began, McGregor's mental warfare proved effective. In a swift turn of events, Dustin took one on the noggin, cutting his night short.
Hands at his hips.
Looking to finish the fight. That's it. It's all over. Just like that.
The notorious Conor McGregor.
Following that setback, Poirier made a strategic move by moving up to fight at lightweight, emphatically stating that he had no intentions of returning to featherweight. In an interview, he expressed his commitment, declaring, "This is the division I'm going to win the belt at." At UFC Fight Night 63, in his new weight division, Dustin Poirier defeated Carlos Diego Ferreira with a first-round knockout showing he belonged.
Oh, he might be out. There it is.
Knockout Dustin the Diamond Poirier.
Continuing his success, Poirier faced Yancy Medeiros a couple months later in New Orleans and made quick work of him as well, while racking up more and more post-fight bonuses.
Darius gonna be able to recover from this. That'll do it. Dustin Poirier rises again. New lightweight
By TKO Dustin.
Poirier would get his win streak to 4, while adding Joseph Duffy and Bobby Green to his list of victims, before getting a taste of his own medicine against Michael Johnson. The Diamond would start a new winning streak by landing in Brooklyn to take on Jim Miller at UFC 208. This fight between two veterans was an absolute war. Poirier would get the majority decision victory.
What a fight turned in by these two.
Dustin the Diamond Poirier.
However, due to the injury sustained in the bout, Poirier was given an indefinite suspension. It would be nothing but high-profile fights from here on out for Dustin. He would return to the octagon on November 11th, 2017, opposite Anthony Showtime Pettis, winning via TKO in the 3rd round.
Yeah, something happened to his rib. You nailed it. Yeah.
Oh, Dustin the Diamond Poirier.
Pettis tapped out due to a broken rib from the pressure applied from the body triangle, earning Poirier the Fight of the Night award. With the World Series of Fighting lightweight champion joining the UFC, Poirier was given the opportunity to test himself against Justin Gaethje. In a beautiful display of violence, the slugfest ended early in the 4th as the Diamond hurt Gaethje badly and didn't let up.
Chases opponents ever. Look like side leg kick by Justin Gaethje. Over and over. Boom! Inside.
Barely fear the one-punch knockout power of Justin Gaethje, but he breaks a lot of guys who say, "I've had enough." This guy's
on the clinch.
Dustin Poirier, goodness! The ages in Glendale goes to the Louisianan.
TKO the Diamond Boy!
Dustin had to prove himself time and time again to be a worthy title contender. And the opportunity came in the form of an acquainted opponent, Max Holloway, who had honed his skills to a great extent, becoming the UFC featherweight champion and moving up to challenge for the interim UFC lightweight championship. In a relentless back-and-forth battle, the Diamond emerged triumphant, seizing the title and ending Holloway's impressive 13-fight win streak.
What a fight.
The Diamond Boy!
Poirier now had the opportunity of a lifetime to dethrone the undisputed, undefeated UFC lightweight champion Khabib Nurmagomedov in a title unification bout. He started off throwing some kicks, but Khabib took control of matters as Dustin got to experience just how dominant the Dagestani's ground game was. Unable to escape, he would eventually tap out to a rear naked choke in the third round.
Choke, and still the
After his failed title bid, Dustin Poirier and Dan Hooker clashed heads in an exhilarating matchup. Poirier would come out on top, securing a decision win.
Then the Diamond Poirier!
This impressive bout was widely acclaimed as one of the greatest fights of the year, as both the fighters went punch for punch in ferocious exchanges that shocked the MMA viewers watching from their screens during the COVID era where crowds were non-existent. Poirier then earned his sweet revenge against Conor McGregor in a rematch that took place in Abu Dhabi. He would become the first man to ever knock the notoriety out of the Irishman in the second round, overwhelming Conor with some fierce punching combinations.
Oh my God!
Dustin Poirier!
Oh! Knockout for Poirier! Dustin Poirier has knocked it!
KO! Dustin the Diamond Boy!
Another red panty night would happen for Dustin Poirier in a trilogy match with McGregor at UFC 264. In what some would say was an anticlimactic ending, Conor McGregor would break his tibia in the first from a checked leg kick, giving Dustin the TKO and victory due to injury.
Dustin the Diamond Boy!
With Poirier's star power at an all-time high, he was given another shot at the lightweight title against Charles Oliveira. The stand-up was starting off well, as he was able to drop Oliveira to the ground for a moment. But as the fight progressed, Oliveira was able to find his neck and lock up a standing rear naked choke. Dustin Poirier had fallen short again when it mattered most. Pivoting to fighting opponents who would excite him, the arrival of Michael Chandler from Bellator piqued his interest. The fight certainly delivered an excitement, as New York City stood up. Poirier and Chandler went at it until just past the halfway point of the third, when the Diamond cinched a rear naked choke to end his fight of the night winning performance at Madison Square Garden. Dustin's most recent fight was a rematch against Justin Gaethje for the symbolic BMF title at UFC 291. The fight was evenly matched until Poirier succumbed to a vicious head kick in round 2.
Poirier into the stratosphere and wins the BMF belt!
Oh my goodness!
And now, the new BMF!
After some miscommunication and hiccups, the Diamond is all set to face Benoit Saint Denis at UFC 299, who is younger and an extremely dangerous striker rising up the ranks. This is definitely not an easy fight for Dustin Poirier. I think the matchup will undoubtedly produce fireworks if they stand and trade, but we'll have to wait and see. What are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments below. That's all from us today, and we'll catch you next time.